Hey everyone, welcome to a quick demonstration on the virtual stocks investing that you can do with the Piping Hot bot. You can actually do this anywhere in a DM with the bot on any server that has Piping Hot bot. I just happen to be in the home of Piping Hot bot, which is Piping Hot Games. There's two aspects of virtual stock investing that I want to get at today. The first is the investing that you can do outside of any competition. So a portfolio that lasts indefinitely where you can keep track of your investments and not have to worry about that going away. The other kind of investing you can do here is competitions. And so you can host a game for a set amount of time, like let's say 5 months or 2 months, 100 days, whatever the host chooses, and you can actually have a separate portfolio than the standard one I talked about just 30 seconds ago. And you can compete with your friends to see over that set amount of time who invests the best, who gets the most return on their investments. And so I'll focus on the first one, and that is the portfolio that you can have outside of any competition. And that portfolio, you can buy and sell from it anywhere, and it'll Piping Hotbot will keep track of it, and you can take a look at it or continue to buy and sell elsewhere as well. So I can go in this one server, buy a couple stocks, and I can check my portfolio in a different server because it's one portfolio for you indefinitely that Piping Hot Bot keeps track of for everywhere. And so I'm actually going to not go and do anything in Piping Hot Games. I'm going to go into the DMs for the Piping Hot Bot first. And the first thing you want to do is the stocks help command. That tells you all of the commands that you can do for the Piping Hot bot. Stock investing, virtual stock investing, I should specify. The first thing you can do is you can check your balance because every player starts with a base balance of, I believe, $100,000 at this point. It was a little bit different when I initially did it for Cole PM. I have this much not invested, and then I have 1,200 from my investments because I've already done a little bit on this account. And so I can actually view the investments that I made on this account by doing stocks portfolio. You can see right here, I have 2 shares of Tesla, and that's what makes up that 1,200. And then my total value is also just the same number here because this is my only investment. And so what you want to do to get started is obviously to start buying some shares of different stocks, but you don't always know the ticker or the symbol for that stock. So if I try to do stocks by Tesla, 10 shares of Tesla, it's going to say, hey, I don't know that symbol because you actually have to do the symbol or ticker for the company, not just the name of it. And that's where this command comes in handy. Stocks search and then whatever query you want. So I can do stocks search and then, oh, that's the actual ticker. I want to do the company name like Tesla. And it'll actually give me a list of tickers that match that result. Generally, the one you care about is just the one at the top. And that right here is exactly what we were looking for, TSLA. And so that is how I get the ticker. And then what I can do is I can also check the price of that stock. So I can do stocks price, and then using the ticker, I can get that price. And that is 600. Oh, I gave the wrong ticker. That is my bad. Well, I guess there's also a company called TLSA for their ticker, and they're $2.42. But I was actually looking for TSLA, not TLSA. And so the price for Tesla is $620.95, which matches what we have here. 2 times that is this. And that is the investments that I have with 2 shares of Tesla. And so let's say I want to buy a different stock. I'll pull up the help again so I can look at all these commands. I've looked at the balance. You can also mention a user in a server to view their balance too. You don't get to see their portfolio because sometimes players might want to keep that private, but you can see their balance. Um, and we looked at portfolio, we looked at price and search. Now we can actually go to buy and sell. And so what I can do is I can do stocks, buy, and then I can give the symbol that I want to invest in. Let's say I want to do Apple. I'll do AAPL. I already know that's the symbol for Apple, but you can always look that up with the search like I just did for Tesla if you don't know. And then I give the number of shares that I want to invest in. So let's say I just want to do 5 shares of Apple. Then I hit enter, and it'll say that I bought 5 shares of Apple for a total investment of $651. So now if I do stocks balance, you'll see that the numbers are a little bit different. I have 8,000 not invested, and now I have almost 1,900 from my investments. And then if I do the portfolio again, I have the 2 shares of Tesla, and then I have the 5 shares of Apple. And it gives me for each company how much I have invested in that company. And then that total is what we saw from the stocks balance. And I can also sell certain shares as well. Stocks, sell, and then I can do the company and then the number of shares that I want to sell. Now, if I do it for a company like Ameriprise, it'll tell me like, hey, you don't actually have any shares of Ameriprise to sell. And so you actually have to go off of what you have bought already. There's a lot of error checking in place that the Piping Hot bot has rather to make sure you don't abuse the system. And so I actually need to sell what I have. So I'll say stock sell, and I'll just sell 1 share of, let's actually do Tesla. So I'll do 1, and then let me make sure I actually do this right this time. TSLA, stock sell 1 TLSA. But I actually have that mixed up. It has to be ticker first, and then the number that you want to sell. So yeah, if you're always confused, or if you're ever confused, you can always check the command to see the order of things, but it should be pretty straightforward. I just had a little hiccup there. So I sold 1 share of Tesla for a total sell of $620.95, which is what we saw it was worth just above. So now if I do stocks portfolio, we're going to see that it's changed a little bit. I did not spell that right. Stocks portfolio. And now it's gone down to 1271.95 for my investments because I sold that 1 share of Tesla for the exact amount that's here because I'm left with 1 share. So that's how it works for the portfolio that is outside of any competition. And that's pretty much all the commands that's covered for that. So everything else here is for creating stock competitions and participating in those stock competitions. And so in the next video, I'm actually going to go over that side of the virtual stock investing. But to keep this one short, and in case you just want to do investing outside of competitions, that is what this is for. So if you're curious about how you do investing within competitions and how to make competitions, go check out that video. All right, thanks for watching.